Hello, welcome to Genesis Engineers Academy. Under VDG series, I am going to discuss on ideal gas laws and gas equation. Boyle's law. So at constant temperature, the pressure and volume of a gas are inversely proportional. So that is V is equal to constant into 1 by P. So what does it mean? If the P increases, volume decreases. If P decreases, volume increases. That we call it as inversely proportional. And this PV is equal to constant. So the Boyle's law is represented by PV is equal to constant. That means P1 V1, that is pressure volume at state 1 is equal to pressure and volume at state 2 are equal. That means their product are equal. So this is very important law which governs many our engines operations or processes. So this at constant temperature means it can be called as a isothermal process, means Boyle's law, and the product of PV is equal to constant. So P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So the graph of this law will be hyperbolic. That is why sometimes it is called as hyperbolic process. So this can be represented by this formula, by this graph. So this is state 1 and this is state 2. So the values here are P1 and the value on the y graph is that is x graph, that is volume is V1. So when you wanted to compress, what happens? The volume decreases. When there is an expansion, the volume decreases. So that is the idea of Boyle's law. Next one is called Charles' law at constant pressure. So it is possible in realistic operations also. So the volume and the temperature of a gas are directly proportional. Here the caution must be the temperature is absolute temperature. Understand? So you have to use one absolute and the volume is directly proportional to temperature. So this proportionality constant has to be removed, so that becomes constant into temperature. So that is a temperature T. So V by T is equal to constant. So that V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. That is Charles' law. Next one is called Avogadro's law. So these three laws are used to frame ideal gas equation. So it states what Avogadro's law states. The total number of atoms or molecules of a gas is directly proportional to volume occupied by gas at constant temperature. And pressure. So that has to be kept in mind. That is V proportional to N. So combining these three laws, what is that? Boyle's law, Charles' law and Avogadro's law, we form gas equation or are called as ideal gas equations. So there is another called Gay-Lussac's law. It is also called as Charles' second law in some textbooks. So Gay-Lussac's law is at constant volume. The pressure is directly proportional to temperature. volume is directly proportional to temperature. It is Charles' first law. It is also called as Charles' second law, but most popular law we don't use Charles' second law, but we use Gay-Lussac's law. So in this also, if you remove this proportionality constant, it can be written like this one: P by T is equal to constant, and then P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2. So this is the Gay-Lussac's law. P1 V1 or Pv is equal to constant. This is Boyle's law. V by T is equal to constant. This is Charles' law. V by N is equal to constant. That is Avogadro's law. Now there is another law called Dalton's law of partial pressure. So partial pressure means a part of pressure. So equal amounts of a gas at the same temperature and volume have equal pressure. The total pressure inside a container is equal to partial pressure due to each gas. So if the container contains three different gases and their pressures are P1, P2, P3, the total pressure will be the sum of partial pressures of the constituent of all the gases. So this is about Dalton's law of partial pressure. Next one is ideal gas equation. So I will explain how ideal gas equation has been derived. But some people get confused using these equations and they fail to remember what is what. Now in these equations we have discussed about three laws. One is called V proportional to 1 by N, V proportional to N, V proportional to 1 by P, V proportional to T. The Charles' law, Boyle's law and Avogadro's law. If you combine all these things, you will have N, T direct related and this is inversely proportional. So this, if you remove this proportionality constant, this is that is V is equal to constant into N T by P. So where V is equal to this, then it becomes PV is equal to constant into NT. And this constant proportionality we call it as a universal gas constant. So first gas constant is universal gas constant. There is another gas constant for a particular gas called general gas constant. So the formula we derived from this is PV is equal to NR suffix T. That is, I am using this one, but some people may use upper, that is. So this is, in this one more thing I wanted to caution you that the pressure is absolute pressure and the temperature is also absolute. You got my point? So there is a difference between atmospheric pressure and gauge pressure. If you combine both these pressures, we call it as absolute pressure. Suppose if you wanted to calculate a pressure inside a vessel and the reading shown by the gauge pressure gauge is called as gauge pressure. So you don't take that pressure. So you have to search for the absolute pressure. So that is more important, and the pressure is absolute and the temperature is also absolute, means Kelvin scale. So using this formula, you have got this general. First formula is this one, PE pressure, absolute pressure, and this is capital V, and this is N, number of moles, and this is universal gas constant, and this is temperature, absolute temperature. Now N is equal to number of moles is equal to mass of the gas by molecular weight. Mass of the gas is represented by small m and molecular weight is represented by capital M. if you replace this n, PV is equal to n is m by m, that is Ru, this is T. You got my point? So m by Ru can be called as universal gas, general gas constant. Universal gas constant divided by molecular weight is called gas constant. Then the formula becomes PV is equal to mRT. You got my point? So mRT. From this equation, you can also have another called, that is PV is equal to nRUT. This is first formula. From this, by replacing n by m, you are going to get this is PV is equal to mRT. So the students usually make mistakes about using these two, whether it is a general gas constant or universal gas constant. So from this equation, this is very popular formula. From this one, I can change this equation again into E by m is equal to RT. This is an extensive property. This is by mass. If you replace this by a small v, that we call it as a specific volume. This is the formula. So this is PV by RT. You got my point? Like that, if you wanted to this is the first formula by n, it is RUT. So this it can be replaced by molar. This molar volume, this we call it as molar volume. So this suppose this is molar volume. If you are using molar volume, you have to use universal gas constant. If you are using specific volume, it is general gas constant or a gas constant for a particular gas. See how many formulas I have derived using the first fundamental equation. You can also have sometimes PV is equal to, if it is a capital V, this should be mRT. This can be written like this one, PV by T. This PV by T is m into R. This is general gas constant. For a particular mass of gas, and that a particular gas will have a same gas constant, that is R. So this we call it as general or ideal gas equation. Next one is called Van der Waals equation of state. So this is a very potential equation which may appear in most of the examination. So generally we have this equation. So I am using only this one, PV is equal to RT. In this, it is A by V square accounts for intermolecular forces. Means we have avoided this while deriving this equation. So now we are introducing this A by V square. So that in this formula, in this pressure, what we have assumed has been corrected with this one. And the other one is the volume occupied by the molecules, that is B. So these two terms are added, which have been derived for this one equation, assuming something. So these assumptions has to be, that assumption may have to be corrected. Now this is called a characteristic gas equation. So you can also remember this equation. From this equation you can have many laws also. If you remove T1 is equal to T2, what will happen? T1 is equal to T2, this becomes Boyle's law. Understand? Next one is if volume is constant, T1 by T1 is equal to T2 by T2. If pressure is constant, V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. So from this, in this equation we have derived from this one. So if you are preparing for a SSC, there is a descriptive paper, that is part 2. So you need to have the capacity to derive the equations sometimes. So sometimes there is a compressibility factor called PV by RT. So this is also important one. So I have assembled all the equations. This is the first equation, and PV is equal to nRT. Here pressure is always absolute, and absolute pressure means gauge pressure plus atmospheric pressure. And the second one is called absolute temperature, means Celsius has to be converted into Kelvin. That we call it as absolute temperature. So this has been obtained. This is gas constant. This is universal gas constant. This is obtained using the formula N is equal to mass by molecular weight, and this is obtained using, that is dividing this total volume extensive property by mass. We got this specific property, and this is molar volume. In this case we have to use that is universal gas constant. So you must be very accurate using these equations. Using these equations, we can derive many equations, even in entropy and enthalpy equations, in steam equation. So you must be expert in these equations. So we have discussed about Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro's law, Dalton's pressure, this one, law of partial pressure, and combining these ideal gases. So these gases are used for ideal gases. There is called Van der Waals equation. You have to remember that equation. Okay, thank you.